Alright, CD box review number 2. Second one to start off my channel here. I have a record that, honestly, I'll be honest, was not in the box, but I saw it at Walmart, and I just wanted it, so I took it, you know what I mean. Yeah. Cool, cool record here. Love Sucks, Avril Lavigne, came out, I believe, February 25th of this year. It is, it's kind of a comeback record for her, but, like, only kind of. She had, obviously, like, Head Above Water in 2019, and then before that, she had, like, a bigger break, because she, like, suffered from Lyme disease and stuff, but Avril Lavigne there's going to be a bit more bias on this one than probably a lot of the other ones, depending on what's in there. I don't really know what's in there, because she's one of my favorite artists, just in general. I like a lot of random artists. I don't know. Something about the whole pop punk skater thing from the early 2000s. It's when I was born, so, it makes me feel a certain way. And she came with this album, and it's funny because you really listen to the first album, she's got the whole skater boy thing. Obviously, that's like a thing, like a very relevant thing. You look at like the complicated music, even though that song's kind of like a pop country song almost, right? It's got a little rock influence in it. She's like crashing a mall, wearing a necktie and a white tank top. Like, she embraces this whole like punk culture as an aesthetic at first. Really, like, it's not like it's not the most like apparent in her music. Like if you listen to her songs, they got the guitar, and you hear in interviews, she's always like, yeah, I always want them, heavier, whatever, more guitar, make it more like rock and roll. But it's not like, the first album is not like a punk album, despite how you think about like her appearance. Like, it sounds like Mobile, Unwanted, like it's country-ish, it's pop-ish, and I like it. I think it's really good. I think it's like, she came out hard, I think. But when you get into her second album, she kind of sheds this whole like country thing that she had been rolling with since she was a teenager, and gets into the more like, just like the, I don't know, kind of like Evanescence-ish, like alternative, alt pop, like more pop punk with songs like, I Always Get What I Want, or He Wasn't, and more just like that, more like alternative-ish, still like more guitar driven, like, more like rock guitar, like distorted, like emotional, big songs, like Take Me Away, for example. But even though you also have like a pop hit on there, like Everything That I Wanted, like, that the song that everyone knows from that album, right? But to me, this album, Love Sucks, I haven't really talked about it all yet, it's 3 minutes in, reminds me more of the second album, Under My Skin, than it does any of her other albums, because of that just like emphasis on throwing the guitar in there and making it heavier. But even still, it's not really the same vibe at all, because in that album it's more of like, it's really made out of like emotions of desperation, and there's some like depressing emotional aspect to it, where here it's very much like more like her song like Smile, or some of her other songs. There's more just like kind of like Crazy Bitch, like, I'm done with love, I'm done putting effort into relationships, and I'm moving on to something different. And ironically, she found her husband through this, which is, whatever. But yeah, it's very much more like her older stuff. It's not very poppy. There are a couple songs on there that you'd hear on like Top 40 radio, and even honestly with the pop pump coming back, it might be there. But I have some complaints about the fact that it's like, people are treating it like it's some return to form, when it is new and different. But when you listen to her talk about it, which I don't really expect anyone to just like put time in, like, it's kind of, watch an Avril Lavigne interview, unless you're like a real fan of her. Like, you hear her talk about it, and she's more saying like, I didn't even have a label when I made this. I made this for fun. It was exactly what I wanted in a record. So it's like, she's had this aesthetic for so long, and now she's making something that's exactly what she wants, and it comes out like a punk record. So maybe it's not a return to form, but it's going back to what like she wants. So it's not, it's not like the emotional, like almost Christian pop, like on Head Above Water, which is like, it was apt at that point because of what was going on in her life. It made sense. But she's come back 3 years later, and it's like, you know, life's changed. This is actually in my car right now. I was listening to it. The CD just kind of looks like that. It just looks like this. But yeah, so let's actually get into this here. The back's just got a track list on it. There's 12 tracks in the front, you know, and then the front comes out just like most other CDs, and it's a little book, little pamphlet thing. And this thing, you know, we got lyrics for all the songs on different pages, and it keeps this red theme. And then for her singles, got like a different picture, and there's different pictures throughout it, different pictures of her from like whatever photo shoot this was for the album. So, you know, it keeps like the whole red thing, red and black, very like very punk, emo, teen, kind of early 2000s, late 90s thing, right? And she's going back to that more like, because you like, you know, she had those years of the almost like she was the princess, you know what I mean? She's supposed to be like the punk princess or whatever, right? But it got to, it was more like it was very more pop than punk and the whole pop punk thing. But it was you know, it's just like, it seems very similar to how she originally was, and I don't really think she didn't change much as a person, but it's more, you know, appealing to what labels want out of you when you make a record, and you obviously need to provide, because if you want to be in the business of music. And in her songs, like, they never really lost. They always had the guitar, and it always had like there's always an element of it that you could tell it was supposed to be more like raw and heavy, but even though you couldn't really like, you know, songs like What the Hell or like Girlfriend, like, it's not, they have that like guitar in it that, you know, like that punk guitar, but it's not, you know, it's not like exactly what you want. Like, it's not exactly what you want if you're a pop punk fan. This like is though. This is like from track to track, for the exception like one or two. This is just like it's a raging, like, fast pace. Here we go with the fucking guitar. Like, it's cool. I like it a lot. I think it was really good. So I'm just gonna go down the list here. First song, Cannonball, is not one of my favorites. I think it's a pretty good song. It's not my favorite thing in the world. It's yet again, but it starts out with just this slamming, fast-paced guitar that's like so present, and it's like a very similar guitar tone throughout the whole album of just like classic punk guitar that you'd see in like Green Day track or like Blink-182 or something, or even like early 2000s pop song, like some of the things she made. It sounds like the guitar on like Skater Boy or whatever, right? And I think it's pretty good. It's a pretty alright track. It's not my favorite thing. Bois Lie is the next track. It's the one she did with Machine Gun Kelly. It's a duet. It's okay. His part is, to me, kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not a big MGK fan. I think he's kind of, I don't know. There's something about him that doesn't sit right with me when I hear his voice, honestly. And then you go through and you got the two singles here, and I think she knew these were the best songs on the album, honestly, because I think they kind of are. Well, I mean, they're probably the best, honestly. Or like Bite Me is like, I think Bite Me is the best song on this album. The first single she put out when she was making this. It's just like through and through, it's a very creative, just cool, like Green Day like song, really. It really sounds like, you know, something that would be on Basket Case, but like a girl singing it, and it's about love. So it's a different approach to that, but it just gets the point across that's like, I'm fed up with, you know, my love life, and I think I don't know, I just think it's a, you know, good track. Next, you get Love When You Hate Me, the song she did with Blackbear. It's more of a hip-hop song, but it's still got the guitar part, especially in the chorus. It gets into the very poppy guitar part, like, you know, pop punk kind of sound that she's had before, but not as much until now. And I think Blackbear's verse is much better than MGK's part or the other features. I don't know. The features on this album are not to sound like that, but like the features aren't the best. I don't think. I think his part's the best feature, and I think it's pretty good. Then Love Sucks, the title song, is, again, I think it's very good. I think it's very just like punk driven, hard rockish, like pop song that, you know, I mean, it's really good. There's a part in it where it kind of like chops a bit that it like bothers me, but I like it. I don't know how to explain that. It's you know, it's a well made album, well produced, all that. I think it sounds good when you listen to it. It sounds fresh. But you still get that feeling of nostalgia that I think is important. They Get to Kiss Me When the World Is Ending, the next track, halfway through here. It's pretty good. I like it. I mean, it's a very similar vibe. A lot of these tracks are very similar vibe to them. It's just a different song, different subject matter. It's a love song, and it's just kind of wedged into this album about being fed up with love, and it's interesting, right? But I think it fits because you know, the vibe of it, you can tell there's a lot of the same emotions of like ending a relationship in the sense that like, you know, everything comes to an end, I guess. And it's a pretty strong song, I think. I think it could, you know, as the album picks up traction, which I mean, it's been selling for a bit now. It never really like charted the best, but you know, she's 20 years into her career. It's not gonna be like it's not gonna break the charts, you know. But I think it definitely helps the album to have a song like that. Avalanche is another song where it's similar to Cannonball in my head, even though they're not really similar. It's pretty good. It's not, I don't know, it's one of the songs I don't listen to. There are a couple songs here I don't really listen to. And then Deja Vu, I think this one's really cool. I think the chorus, she's angry, it's aggressive. I think it's cool. I think it's like, this is one of my more favorite ones. Same thing with FU, obviously. It's still another song about like, you know, it's got a lot of aggression behind breaking up and how that really feels. And I think that's another pretty solid track. Then All I Wanted, probably my least favorite track on the album. I don't know who Mark Hoppus even is, honestly. It's not my favorite thing in the world. I don't know. Something about like his part just kind of bothers me. I don't know why. It just does. I'll get back to I guess I don't know what I was gonna say, but Dare to Love Me is the next track. And this is like a slow piano ballad. It doesn't really fit with the rest of the album, but it like does. And it's like this way where it's like it's the same like feeling, but just like projected in a different genre and style. Where it's like, you know, it's so hard to find like a good solid relationship, and then it's just like it's a very similar vibe. It's just her on the piano, it's chill, it's nice, you know. I think it sounds really good. And then the last song, Break of a Heartache, a song that she actually played guitar on. If you look, she's credited for the guitar part on it. It's really cool. It's just another like pop punk just banger. That's what this album really is. It's just like, you know, kind of just like raging fast punk songs. And I could see one argument for this album being less than, you know, previous ones by her is how much of just like one vibe it is, which I guess, you know, some people maybe not like I guess you look at her first album, she's got like a couple different things going on with, you know, Complicated, and then like Mobile, and then Skater Boy, and then I'm With You. You know, they don't sound very similar. These, you know, they got a very similar structure and feel to them, but I happen to like that structure and feel, so it makes me feel better about it. Yeah. It's hard to rate this, honestly, because I like it so much, but there are some songs on it, I guess, that I don't like, being, you know, Bois Lie, All I Wanted, just some songs that I don't really listen to ever, and like I wouldn't really want to. They just kind of throw me off. So it's hard to say like how I feel. It's one of my favorite albums right now. I don't know if it will be for a while. Like it's I don't know if it's gonna be something that's just gonna stay in my head and like I'm gonna stay listening to. But you know, she worked with a lot of cool people. She's with Travis Barker's label now, John Feldman, you know, some people who've been in pop punk for a while, you know, trying to bring it up and keep it mainstream. So it has that feel of kind of being pushed together as this just like mainstream pop punk's like very standard just like record of this is what we want, feed this to people, you know, because it's guitar, it's loud drums, it's angry, it's aggressive, It's about emotion. So I can see where it would get points knocked for that. Just because of kind of how it is. But for me, I'd say it's like a 7 out of 10 record. I don't know. Like a low 7, I guess. I think that a lot of people wouldn't really find it too good. If you're not into this has kind of been like what I've been into though for such a long time that I don't know. I just like it a lot. I like Green Day a lot. I like Avril Lavigne a lot. There's an element of it that's like nostalgia for something she never had that like adds to the experience for me. I don't know why, and it bothers people about how the fact that this isn't like a return to form, but like I feel like if she did a true return to form, people would kind of be confused because they're like, I don't know. It's a different kind of sound, I think, coming from her. And it's really, I think it's a good direction if you want to keep your career fresh, keep it interesting to do that. So yeah, my first two CD box reviews. I'm out.